Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I visit the south coast resort of Eastbourne. I walk along the promenade, take a trek along the cliff top to Beachy Head, have a meal in one of the oldest pubs in England, and even have time to look in on 4 very different sports tournaments. So sit back and enjoy. For my accommodation I chose the Shoreview Hotel on the seafront. It's a very friendly hotel with clean and comfortable rooms, and it's just a short walk from the pier.
It's now early morning, 7:30, and while there's not too many people about, I'm going to take a walk along the pier. I don't know why, but I'm a big kid really. I always like walking along the piers at the seaside. This is the view in a westerly direction. In the distance there you can see Beachy Head. This is the amusement arcade on the pier. And on the end of the pier there's this lovely Victorian building which is known as the Drop in the Ocean. I love walking to the ends of piers. This one's only short of course, but if you see my video of Walton on the Naze, my hometown, the pier there is one of the longest in the country. And this is an easterly view looking out towards Hastings. These lovely gardens on the promenade are known as the Carpet Gardens.
Still walking in a westerly direction, the next point of interest is the bandstand, which holds various musical events throughout the summer months. There is seating around the stage, as well as above on the main promenade, but I'll be coming back to the bandstand a little later.
Continuing walking along, you come to the Martello Tower, one of 100 that were built along the coasts of Essex, Kent and Sussex, and were built to defend against the anticipated invasion by sea by Napoleon Bonaparte's forces.
Feel free to pause the video to find out more about the Martello Towers.
Just here there's a civilian war memorial, and from the hill you get a lovely view overlooking the town of Eastbourne. And also alongside the tower you'll find the Royal National Lifeboat Institution Museum. And just here there's a statue of Spencer Compton, the 8th Duke of Devonshire. By the way, if you take the sightseeing bus tour you can hop on and hop off at any of these locations that I've been showing, but tomorrow I'm going to be boarding the bus and heading out to Beachy Head and some villages beyond.
Here then is a map showing the route of the open-top sightseeing bus, starting at the pier, which is circle number 1. The bus travels only in the clockwise direction as shown. The bandstand is circle 2, and the Martello Tower and Lifeboat Museum are at circle 3. To reach Beachy Head Lighthouse, You can either disembark at circle number 6 and climb the cliff path, or take the much easier option and get off at circle 7, which is the Beachy Head centre. On one of my previous visits to Eastbourne, I climbed the cliff path to Beachy Head Lighthouse, but be warned, if you choose to do the same, the walk is 1¼ miles long and is uphill all the way, although there are some lovely views overlooking the town of Eastbourne. So let's board the open top bus. The tours run from the pier every 30 minutes from 10 AM until 6 PM throughout the summer months from the beginning of April until the end of October. You can hop on and off as many times as you like at any of the stops en route.
So I've now boarded the bus. It's the first one to leave from the starting point at the pier, 10 o'clock in the morning. And off we go. So I've now got off the bus and I'm walking towards the famous lighthouse at Beachy Head. During the Second World War, the Allied forces and men and women of the Home Guard would have manned anti-aircraft systems to defend against incoming enemy aircraft. And in this little memorial there are some park benches where you can sit and take a rest. Just here is the famous view of Beachy Head Lighthouse. There's actually two lighthouses at Beachy Head. The second one is what they call the Bell 2 lighthouse, which you can see on the hill in the distance. And the bus continues its journey and will be stopping there shortly. Right by Beachy Head bus stop there's the rather aptly named Beachy Head pub. It's now 11:30 and they've just opened, so I'm going to go in and have a drink. There's also a little museum here called the Beachy Head Story. Here's another view of the lighthouse. It was completed in 1902, it was electrified in 1975 and has operated independently since 1982. This is the stop for the Bell 2 lighthouse. It's not easily accessible. It's up a path which is fairly steep. But I'm currently standing on a hill where the older Bell 2 lighthouse still stands. There's another nice view of the cliffs. Looking inland over the South Downs, you can see the twin villages of East Dean and Friston. My next port of call is actually going to be the Burling Gap, but after that I shall be spending a little time in the village of East Dean. And there's the lovely view overlooking the South Downs. And that's the view looking towards Burling Gap. There is a stop on the sightseeing trip, but I'm actually going to walk down the hill for more shots of the cliffs. Never ceases to amaze me, there's no rope or any means of stopping people from going over the edge of these cliffs. If you saw the film with music by The Who called Quadrophenia, this is where the main character drove his motorbike off the cliff. This is where the walk gets a little bit steeper and you can see Burling Gap down below. Access to the beach is made by this metal structure. So this is where I get up close and personal to the base of the cliffs. And this is another one of the stops along the bus route. This is the Tiger Inn pub in the village of East Dean. In the village green there's a monument to those who fell in the 2 World Wars. Well, I was going to go in the pub, but I decided to go in the Hiker's Rest coffee shop instead. Had a Cornish pasty, cheese scone and a homemade apple and plum crumble. Very nice. Just here is the village church. Not sure how old it is, but it looks like Saxon architecture. It's the Church of St Simon and Jude, and I'm going to take a look inside. And right here is the rather picturesque Eastbourne Cricket Club. I used to bowl a few overs, left arm round the wicket, but that's a long time ago. And how's that for a view of this lovely cricket ground? Mind you, you'd struggle to hit a forward in this direction. It's quite uphill.
And here's the pavilion. Must be time for the tea interval. And now it's time for some sport. I visited Saffron Park to witness various sports, which I will show later, but during an earlier visit to the town I was able to watch a little of the Eastbourne International Tennis Tournament, held annually at the Devonshire Park venue, just prior to the Wimbledon Championships. The tickets for the top matches were sold out, but I was able to buy a ground ticket, which enables you to see the players on the practice courts, as well as some of the lesser matches on other courts. And I was fortunate enough to catch Emma Raducanu and Jasmine Paolini up close on the practice area, as well as a men's doubles match on court 2.
In the distance there's Katie Bolter, the current British #1. Currently serving on court #1 is Harriet Dart of Britain against the Canadian Leila Fernandez. Back on the practice court, there's the Briton Emma Raducanu. And this is court 4. Ward and Bartram, both of Britain.
15-40. Game Bartram.
Just here is Eastbourne Town football ground. And also in the grounds there's a women's cricket match currently being played. Bit of a misfield there. Oh, I've run out, I do believe. Well, I think I'll leave it there. So you've seen some tennis already, and now some cricket. the Yorkshire and Durham team are chasing 136, which was scored by the Sussex Academy, and Yorkshire and Durham are 21 after 3 overs, so a good rate being set already. And even croquet is played here as well. I have to say, I don't know the rules of croquet. Teams are participating from all over Europe. Portugal, Switzerland, Latvia, Spain. Right alongside there's a match between Scotland and England. So there you have it, Saffron Gardens, home of Eastbourne Town Football Club, as well as cricket, croquet and hockey. This lovely building here is Eastbourne Town Hall. From the junction of Cornfield Road and South Street, there's this memorial to honour all those who lost their lives in the 2 World Wars. Well, this is the pendulum shop, where shirts will cost you no less than £60. There's a sports shop just here, and in the window, who remembers Subbuteo? Just here by the Cavendish Hotel, there's a statue of William, 7th Duke of Devonshire, 1808 to 1891.
At 7 Lushington Road, you'll find a plaque of Lewis Carroll, famous of course for writing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. At 11 Elms Avenue, you'll also find a plaque of film actor and old-time musical comedian Sandy Powell, famous for his catchphrase, "Can you hear me, mother?" It was unveiled in 2015 by Roy Hudd.
Going into Theatreland now, and this is the Devonshire Park Theatre. The Arthur Conan Doyle story of Hound of the Baskervilles seems to be starting on the 2nd of August, a couple of days away. And right next to the international tennis venue is the brand new looking Congress Theatre, which is in Carlisle Road. And it looks like the next show is going to be the stage musical Grease, which starts in a couple of weeks' time. This is a famous old landmark in the town. This is the Hippodrome Theatre.
Just outside the town centre in Borough Lane, you'll find Pilgrims, believed to be Eastbourne's oldest house, which was visited by Charles Dickens in the 1830s. And very close by you'll find the Lamb Public House, which dates back to 1180 and is believed to be one of the oldest pubs in England. Speak nicely to the pub manager and he'll take you on a quick tour of the cellars down below. But just before you reach the staircase, you'll pass a very old well. In the cellar ceiling there's the coat of arms. You may not see it at first, but if you look closely you'll see the shield. In one of the walls you'll find a gap, but you'll only find out its purpose when you go up close and look down. In fact, a level even below the underground cellar there's an archway which, as told by my pub manager guide, explained was the entrance to a tunnel leading directly to the church nearby. And this is the church next door, the Church of St Mary's.
Just a quick walk along the beach. The beach here at Eastbourne is on the stony side, as indeed it is for quite a long way along the south coast. At the eastern end of the promenade there's the redoubt fort, which needs a lot of care at the moment. As you can see, there are some extensive works being carried out, but there is a better example of a redoubt fort at Harwich in Essex. Just here you can see one of the cannons pointing out to sea. The redoubt fort at Harwich is complete, and once a year in October they have military displays there during the Shanty Festival. Just nearby there's one of the cannons from the fort, and you can see the bowl screen in the background. It's the last day of my 6-day break in Eastbourne, and the weather has changed. It's quite cloudy and looking like it might rain. Otherwise, every other day has been sunny and really warm. Just here is the Eastbourne lifeboat station, and this is where it launches. No doubt the fish sold at this shop would be very fresh indeed. And right alongside there's a butcher's shop as well. Well, I'm halfway through my crab sandwich and I must say it's delicious. Just over the road is Prince's Park.
On the last day of my stay in the town, I returned to Saffron Park to watch a football match between Eastbourne Town and Little Common in an FA Cup qualifying round. By the way, Eastbourne Town FC should not be confused with Eastbourne Borough FC, who play at a slightly higher league level. Eastbourne progressed through to the next round of the cup by winning 2-0, both goals being penalties. The converted penalty was the very last kick of the match, with the referee blowing for full time. Back at the bandstand, this is the 9 o'clock in the evening performance of Mark Fillery and the other two.
Walking on it, just to know that you will hold me in your arms, don't let me go, I want to stay forever. And we've been drinking life and thinking I love all my friends. I feel content to not be alone again.
For more information, I would highly recommend a visit to the National Heritage Centre, which is located in Carlisle Road. The staff are very helpful, and there are many historical exhibits on display. And that's the end of the video. Well, not quite. There are times when photographers have senior moments, and when I was filming the cricket at Saffron Park, I seemed to have a few problems.
So there you have it. Oh bloody, I forgot the name of the ground. Saffron Gardens, right. So there you have it. Sussex. Oh fucking suck it, I'm saying Sussex. So there you have it. See, I can't know what's so difficult. Saffron Gardens, Eastbourne Town. So there you have it. Sussex Gardens. I said it again, haven't I? Saffron Gardens. Bloody hell, is it that difficult? So there you have it. Saffron Gardens, home of Eastbourne Town Football Club, as well as cricket, croquet and hockey.